we'd have to fight for who's the face because I'm the best dirty boxer that's out there, whether it be gloves or no gloves. We can do it. Everybody wants to see me beat up Robbie Lawler. They've been wanting to see that for years, but the comments don't necessarily say that. A lot of people say, leave him alone. A lot of people say, let him enjoy his retirement. He doesn't sound too enthused about competing against me, especially in bare-knuckle. I got the upper hand on these guys. I'm 5-0 over there.
All right, everybody. Mike Perry is here. Fighter, BKFC superstar, promoter, golfer. The man does it all. Of course, this Saturday, the first official dirty boxing event. There was sort of a soft opening, if you will, in November, but DBX won this weekend in Miami. Very excited for this, as I assume you are as well, Platinum Mike. How are you, sir?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm doing great. It's fight week, baby. Let's go. Dirty boxing. Coming in with a big splash, a big tidal wave with, our main and co-main event. I'm honored to have such powerful names in the fight game fight under my promotion's banner and dirty boxing, and it represents the style and the exciting fighting that I did, Platinum Mike Perry, that I still do. I'm still waiting to do it again.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a second, but there's obviously nerves and emotions leading into a fight in a fight week for you, I'm sure, as a fighter. And I know you've done this before, but kind of on a smaller scale. But now you're essentially full on introducing this dirty boxing concept to the masses. No more soft opening. This is the grand opening, if you will. How do you describe the feeling of this particular fight week as promoter Mike Perry?
Oh, man. There's nerves here too. There's lots of thoughts of all the powerful people that have worked behind closed doors on this event that's coming up on Saturday that will be live streamed on YouTube for free for all the fans watching at home. Make sure y'all tune in because we just want to give you a great show. We put in a lot of effort, and there's still questions up in the air as far as, our turnout. We're giving a great show, so we hope that we know that everyone who is there in attendance will love what they see and what they are a part of. And we just want to share it with more people. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to make the most of it. Dirty boxing this Saturday, baby, March 22nd. Let's go.
You mentioned the recognizable names on this card. Like, there's an abundance of Yoel Romero headlining against Ross Hilton, Bellator veteran, Andre Arlovsky's first fight since parting ways with the UFC. Even guys like Bubba Jenkins, Mike Breeden fought in the UFC, Maurice Green, PFL and UFC veteran, etc. And it seemed like these announcements came pretty quick in the lead-in, but how long has it taken you guys to put this fight card together?
Our matchmaker has done a great job. Our boy AJ and others, the Coward brothers, and there's other people that have had their part in this to play. So, they've done a great job. Since this has been going on since our test show back in November, they've been building this card, and we've had some fights fall off and then come back on. And so, there was like a late announcement of everything, but that's kind of how Miami works. Miami's like, we're going to tell you last minute, and then everybody's going to show up and flood the place, and we're going to have a great time. So excited to see what happens this weekend.
Personally, and I've said this publicly many times on many of our shows, and so I'm not blowing smoke here, Mike. The look, the feel of the first one, the invite-only event, it was like super cool. I love the small feel. I love the sort of Jean-Claude Van Damme 90s movie fight event feel to it all. It was just different and raw, and I loved everything about it. What was the feedback like from your perspective, from the fans and others who even just saw the clips on social media?
Well, the fans were saying mostly what the heck? We can't watch this? When can we watch? How can we see? We want to watch it. So, we made it free on YouTube this weekend. Make sure y'all just tune in. This time we're giving you the best show. This weekend is going to be Dirty Boxing on Saturday. So make sure you check it out on YouTube. Follow along, and there's lots of surprises in store still this week that we'll be releasing and announcing. There's lots of partners and excited people to take this sport up, not just to the next level, but as high as we can go. And there's some powerful people behind it who just want to have a good time and watch some awesome fights. And then it's all about the celebration. We're going to party. And, that goes for the athletes themselves. After they get to compete, they really get to sit back, kick their feet up and enjoy their hard work. That's what it's all about.
When a promotion like yours finds early success and creates intrigue, as you guys did with the first one, it's only natural, and I've seen many promotions do this, to say, hey, how much bigger can this get? And not just from a broadcast media rights world or even your roster, but even venue and selling tickets and all of that. Do you feel like for Dirty Boxing, Mike, that keeping the aesthetics, keeping it smallish, that it's kind of the key for you guys? Or do you see this being able to someday have an event at Amalie Arena or a big NBA arena or something like that? Like, what's sort of your vision for this?
Well, I guess that vision is still just a dream at this point, but I believe that the venue that we've chosen for this Dirty Boxing 1 will be stellar. The hangar in Coconut Grove, it is a big, beautiful building, and they're decorating everything right now as we speak, and they are preparing for Saturday night. I love the old aesthetic of it, where it's like really 1900s old school boxing. Our concept for this one is Peaky Blinders, and so we're taking Dirty Boxing back in time and bringing it to 2025, where it's really going to, I just feel like with the new generation, so many people are starting to crave what the old generation did. Like my mom, I had a button on my jacket break last night, and my mom has a sewing kit and she knows all the tricks and how to do it. And I just had to thread the needle because she couldn't really see it. So, but she was doing all the works, and it's like I was thinking, what are we gonna do later on when our generation never learned these things that our parents did? So we're taking the fight game back to when, oh my gosh, with the blood and sweat and grit with Dirty Boxing, just old school boxing, and we threw in the elbows to make it even more savage.
You've obviously become the face of BKFC since you went over following your UFC run. And I feel like Yoel Romero is the perfect face for this organization. When he was announced to headline the first one, I was like, this is a match made in heaven. And now he's headlining this one. Does he see that as well, that he can be the guy for this promotion moving forward?
Yoel is a special character with the Daily Box. Yoel was an Olympic medalist. People who have performed at that level, I've gotten to hang out with Yoel in the Middle East. And, it was very motivating as far as, the guy's been around the world and he's hung out with politicians and the highest level of people that you can be around, that you would think are sophisticated in class. And it made me have to level up in order to be around him and be more professional. And that's where you get the big deals and the big money. And I'm very happy that he's the one leading the way for dirty boxing. He's such a talented athlete. Um, at his age, to be performing the way he is, I mean, he was so calm and collected in the last fight for us. I know a lot will say it was a power slap guy. That was a big, heavy guy who knows how to hit hard. And if he hits you, which he couldn't even touch Yoel. Yoel took his time. He moved around. He dodged some punches. And then he lands one shot to end the night. Like, that is true talent in mixed martial arts, in combat. So I'm very honored to, be this close with Yoel and be building this dirty boxing promotion with him and the rest of the team that we have involved.
I know you teased sort of in your build to this event on your social channels, the commentary team. You want to be in there. You want to give the people something different. You teased you were going to give a call to one Sean Strickland. Maybe he would come over and do it. Did that phone call take place? What's the commentary team going to look like on Saturday?
No, it wasn't a phone call. We chat on DM sometimes. I talk with him, and he was talking to me about my nose and his nose, and he said he was going to look it up, and then I don't think he's interested in doing it, but we talked about it, and I kept sending him messages like, "Hey man, the people are really clamoring over it. They would really enjoy it." But I think we've put together a great commentary team. A couple of guys that can work together on the play-by-play. And then you got me as a wild card to throw in comments about what I see happening in the fight with a different perspective from people who have not competed at the level that I have competed at. So I think, we have a real shot this weekend to make everything pay off. And I was telling my partners, this weekend's a big one. And if we put on the show that we expect to put on, we're going to be at the Golden Globes for DBX2.
I love it, man. You're obviously in promoter mode, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about what's going on with you, because, and I'm sure you're getting tired of being asked when your next fight is, but what is going on here, Mike? The Jake Paul fight happened in July. We're coming up on a year since the Thiago Alves fight. Any discussions going on with Dave Feldman and the BKFC head honchos? What's happening right now?
Yeah, my managers are speaking with Dave. They have some ideas. It's just, at this level, talking the money we're talking, anybody who faces me is about to get paid. Anybody I face, I'm about to get paid. So when the money comes together like that, it takes time. They're giving me ample time to prepare myself since, the Jake Paul being the last fight didn't go my way or as I planned for it to go, and they're really making me soak in my wounds to really get that hunger and drive that when I get my opportunity to get back in the ring, I will compete to the best of my abilities. And, we want to put on a banger for the fans. It's got to be a name that makes sense for the organization, for the fan base, for my opponent, and for me. So, it's still just a matter of time. Abe's been telling me we're looking at May, and it hasn't been announced yet, but we're looking at May. So let's hope that it is May, and Platinum Mike Perry be back soon.
Yeah. And Jeremy Stevens has been calling you out for a minute, but then he just signed with the UFC for a fight.
Yeah, but these guys, man, these little guys want to call me out and be like, cut down to 165 or 170 pounds. And then Jeremy even said it on the Jackson podcast. He's like, make them cut to 170 and then put the weight clause on them that I can only gain 10% after I weigh in. So that means I wouldn't be allowed to get over 190 after weighing in at 170. If I could even make 170 after I just had a fight, I tried to make 200. So, you know, I think 185 is a great weight class for me. There's a lot of action at that weight class. If you want me to face a certain type of striker, I need that weight under me to, put the pressure on them and hit them hard with these little hands, man. It's like I did to them other guys at 185. I mean, I took the best bare knuckle boxer there was prior to myself, being Thiago Alves. He comes back for the fight after he had beaten. He's had a couple bare knuckles, but we had never seen anyone dominate him. No one did what I did to him. And I beat Thiago, and they called it at a minute, but it was 40 seconds he went down. And, one shot, one land in that bare knuckle ring, and I put him down. So, I'd like to face Jake Paul in dirty boxing, or Conor McGregor in bare knuckle or in dirty boxing. And, people are like, oh, you calling the money fights. But that's the thing, is like, I'm a money fight. These guys who only make 25 grand a fight, they're calling me out. That's fine. I get that. Only guys who want to fight me in bare knuckle are the guys who are in bare knuckle and their name's not moving the needle. My next fight, it will move the needle. When they say Platinum Mike Perry is going to get back in the ring, that needle will move on that night. So, I'm being told by Feldman that this certain name that we're trying to get, if it doesn't work out with that name, he's going to give me one of their guys. 185. Let's run it. They're champion at 185, Mike the Marine Richmond. Respect for your service, bro. But bare knuckle, that's my service. Let's go.
A lot of people want to see the Robbie Lawler fight too, but how about Robbie Lawler in dirty boxing? Golly, man. If there's anybody who would be, Yoel is the face. If there's like a vice face of dirty boxing, I think Robbie Lawler would be a damn good one. Would he not?
Well, that's what me and him would have to fight about.
Okay.
We'd have to fight for who's the face, because I'm the best dirty boxer that's out there, whether it be gloves or no gloves. We can do it. Everybody wants to see me beat up Robbie Lawler. They've been wanting to see that for years, but the comments don't necessarily say that. A lot of people say, leave him alone. A lot of people say, let him enjoy his retirement. He doesn't sound too enthused about competing against me, especially in bare knuckle. I got the upper hand on these guys. I'm 5-0 over there.
Well, DBX won this Saturday, Mike. Very happy for you and the team. You can watch you can watch this thing everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, all over the Dirty Boxing socials, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. What time does the broadcast start? Is that still being worked out? And are there tickets still available for people to purchase and check this out?
dbx.eventbrite.com. There are still tickets available. Please go in. We hope that Miami just floods us this week. And, we've sold a few hundred already. So we're looking to have a good show out. That's not including our VIPs that are coming. We probably got at least 50 of them. And so we're looking to have a good turnout. And the start time, somewhere around 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., we might start broadcasting. And then the first fight could either be around, it could be 6, 7, or 8 p.m. I just haven't really seen that itinerary yet. That's all coming together in these last couple of days. So
nice.
I just went off a whim there and gave you an answer.
That's all right. It looks like 7 p.m. Eastern for the broadcast start, which is nice. And again, that is free everywhere. And get your tickets if you're in the Miami area, because You never know who's going to show up. That's what we found out the first time around. But Mike, thank you as always, my man. All the best to you guys this week. Congratulations on the buzz you guys have put out there, and looking forward to watching and covering this event on Saturday.
Thank you so much to all the fans who will tune in and support Dirty Boxing on Saturday. I mean, these fighters put their lives on the line for your entertainment. Please just click and watch the show.